going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. I just realized my overlay is not working, so chat is not working. So give me a quick minute. I want to try and get that showing up here so I can actually see in case somebody is talking. That's unfortunate. I don't know why that's not working. G-Man, what's up, man? Welcome back. How is it going? Okay, forgive me. I don't know what's going on with Streamlabs, but my overlay is acting up. It's showing up on Streamlabs. That's good. Okay. So we're not going to worry about it too much. Switch the scene here. There we go. And I will just have to look over there for chat today. That's fine. How you doing, G-Man? How's life been for you? Alright, so you're doing your thing. That's fine. We're not gonna be here today. We're gonna go work way over here at the new nuclear plant location. So if I take this, will I die? I think. I think if I took that, I would probably get dropped or killed. I don't know what the right term is there. Let's see. I want to aim for the space elevator. And how many of these are there? Oh, okay. Let's clear that out and get rid of this one. So hopefully that doesn't send us through information. Let's see how we do. It's been alright. That's good. That's good. So why is this one so much short? What the hell? Hypertube cannons are so inconsistent, I swear. The last one got us to the main base, basically, without any trouble. You're stopping there. That's fine. So we're gonna start nuclear today. I already have the modular plan going. So we're just going to kind of start building out some platforms. We're going to start dropping down some machines. This is going to be kind of a utilitarian build in the sense that, like, we're just going to kind of be going for it. Like, yes, I'm going to make it look good, but it's definitely going to be a functional situation. Where we really just want to get stuff operating and functional. And then we'll make it look decent afterwards. So as we get through the base here, we will end up over where we want to be. We have these power lines from when we first started this up. And there's a couple ways we could go about this. Clear this out. We are feeding all of our resources in by train. So the original plan was to have a station up here. We have a platform somewhere over here. At this level. And that was going to be for uranium specifically. However, we need, obviously, a ton of stuff. Way more than just uranium. So we're going to have a bunch of mixed trains coming in, I think. That way we can do less stations and just have more trains, I think. But this is the location, so why don't we take a moment, dive into the modeler, and kind of get a grasp of what we are going for here. So here we go. So the goal here is 60 reactors. Now we could overclock these. Part of me just wants to send it and build 60. It does save us from having to provide 600 water to each reactor, which I think would be a bit of a pain. 240 is a much nicer number. And I think it would just look cooler. I mean, imagine 60 reactors versus 24. I think 60 sounds fun. In terms of cost, we go to current outpost, yep, and then input. So here is our raw input needs, basically. We can clear... Did I clear the uranium? No, it's fine. We need 1100 uranium in total to run everything, and then here's the rest. The highest is really quartz. Water obviously needs a good amount. Side note is we can take this excess turbo fuel, and we're actually going to use this to make diamonds later. So we're going to save a lot of that to be packaged, but just something nice. The rest we can turn into power, or I was thinking just now that we also have to make canisters. So that's a non-zero amount of plastic right there, but we can either take from here, which I think is probably what we'll do. Just up that. And we'll just make more turbo fuel. That's fine. And yeah, that will be good. So what we're going to start with is probably this turbo fuel. It's the easiest. It's local. We have oil that we won't have to put on a train, so we don't have to build a train line today. And yeah, it'll be a nice, just easy way to start out, and we can kind of get ourselves situated. So otherwise, that amount of iron we can do with one train car, easy. Limestone and copper, it's technically like 2 train cars. We'd have to split that up. Same for Caterium. Sulfur, we are in the territory of 3. Train cars, quartz, you're looking at probably 2 for that. Bauxite as well, 2. So ideally what we're going to do is anything coming in on a pipeline, that's going to get brought in directly. And then everything else can be handled by trains. What I think will most likely happen is we'll kind of spend some time going through and seeing, you know, stuff like this, group that together. So we can do a 4-car train, 2 and 2. We can do iron on 1 car, we said, and that needs to come in with coal. So there we go. Bring that together. And limestone, bauxite, coal again. So this will probably be... Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Like, this will probably be a train. We'll do a train here. I'm going to try and keep everything to 4 cars because that seems to be working for us so far. We also need to do sulfur. Like we said, though, that's going to be basically an entire train. So figuring out where all the trains are going to go actually is a more impactful decision and something that we should probably figure out sooner rather than later. So I think we'll start deciding where the trains are going to go, And then from there, we can drop down some turbo fuel kind of somewhere out of the way and get this initial part going, basically. Because we kind of need the power from this to build the rest, if that makes sense. Okay. There's a lot of talking. Hopefully that made sense. If it didn't, sorry. Things will come together as we go. Here we go. You can see the base from over here. Power plant. So, what I think we're going to do is this is going to be its own independent elevated line. And I'm thinking of bringing back the floating supports from the last playthrough and trying those out. I think that would be really fun. So I think I'm gonna do some digging through the old files for those. So we'll do that. We'll have that run basically down and connect up these 3 uranium nodes here. And then everything else we can kind of grab from probably the northern forest, which is already at a pretty high elevation. We can drop down to like water level and bring it in down below, or we could keep it elevated. And that's kind of what we need to decide right now. So we're talking, let's see if I can go photo mode to get a better look. So the level that we're looking at is this ridge right here that I have the cursor on. You can kind of see all the other stuff up there, but that's the main level the trains would be operating on. So to drop down to water level isn't like necessarily required. The main reason we're going to do an elevated rail through here was that it was just easier to get across all the terrain. So maybe we just add them in. I don't think if we did the right double rail setup, I don't think we would be in trouble with our uranium network here. Train, you know, it'd be able to do what it needs to do. So I'm kind of leaning towards doing something similar to what we did at the mega base with the kind of central lane, and then that goes into stations on both sides. I don't hate the idea. I also like the idea of having dedicated stations for everything and letting trains just park here and having like another one in waiting basically, so that we can just constantly keep this place full, so that we'll never have any issue with like a meltdown or something. So that is something we have to consider. I am going to take this out because I don't think this is what we're going to do. Let's just clean slate this off. So rail line there, plug the cliff, enter here. If we enter here, it almost makes sense to have train stations going out this way. Which could be interesting. Kind of have it turn and then have both sides with stations on them. It's a thought. It's a thought. Let me look real quick. Let's go to the modeler really fast again. So if we were to do a dedicated station, this would be iron ore, 1 car, limestone, 2, copper, 2, deuterium, 2, sulfur probably could be 3. So 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, and 2, and 3. Okay, so we're talking 8 total stations. 2 of them would need to be 3 cars long. Five would be 2 cars long, and then 1 would be 1 car long. And we could just make this one 2 cars long to fit. So we could do plus the uranium, so that's actually 9. Okay. Now, it does stand to say sulfur is right here. So you got sulfur there, and we got the other sulfur that we're grabbing from right here. It doesn't have to be on a train. There's no rule saying it has to be on a train. So if we took this in separately and replace that with a uranium stop, that would bring us back to 8. It wouldn't be balanced, but I don't really care. Doesn't have to be. But yeah, we could have stations going out. We could have 4 on each side. And then the facility underneath, basically. And kind of like reaching up around it almost, and then have like the reactors and all the water extractors out here. Everything else would be pretty tight to the central station. And then as you get further away, it gets more advanced until we're getting into the fuel rods, and then the reactors are out here. And then we can have like reprocessing into plutonium up here. And then we'll just be sinking that. We're not going to do anything super crazy there, which then would kind of make sense to have oil right here, because these are the nodes we're grabbing from. So we can pump them in, do oil right here. We have water to grab from. So I think that kind of is how it's going to line up. So we'll have stations in the middle, production surrounding that. Reactors on the outside, plutonium up top, and then down here will be the turbo fuel, kind of like, sub power plant to the power plant. Okay. I think I like that. I think it's a good plan. It's a great plan. I think that's an okay level to start at, because then we might do the reactors like around that. Also, we're doing this, it's going to be a circle. Okay. I don't think I said that yet, but we're going to do a big circle. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. So we'll have stations come out into the middle, layer down. We'll do a big circle. That'll be the main production level, and then like stuff can go all in there. And then down again, we'll do another circle or ring or whatever. And then that'll be the reactor level. And that'll be at the water line so we can hopefully have extractors like right there, so it's an easy easy process. All right, cool. I like it. So I want to leave enough space. For turbo fuel. That's what we're doing. We're doing turbo fuel. We had to figure all that out. We don't have to build that right now. We just had to figure out roughly what we're doing. Oh, hello, friends. Oh, hello, friend, as well. Okay, so down here, I don't want to go too far away. Do we keep this on the same grid? We probably should. And oil will keep down at close to the water line. So we went 13. Okay. So I think it makes sense to go to a height where a water extractor can fit. So it doesn't make sense to eliminate all of this water. We're gonna raise this up. For now, I'll just take it out. But if we make both, if I raise this up by 1, then I think both levels will basically be 10, which is nice. This out. Let's actually, before I just start doing stuff, let me check. Okay, so that should be what we want. Perfect. Okay. So there we go. We have our levels, they're even. So from here, let's go. Part of me is leaning towards making this almost like a totally separate satellite building. Kind of like the idea of that, honestly. And then we can have the so what are we making here? Plastic and rubber is going to be, yeah, the main idea of, or main product of this place. Turbo fuel is just the byproduct. Yeah, we could have that run in, potentially with the sulfur. There's one line's down there, one line's up there, so I think we just drop in and go. And it would be at that level, so. Let's get some building power over here. Plus oil is right there, so. So, with that in mind, we tie into this cliff. That would look better than just being out in the middle of the ocean. I think I want to make this round as well, to kind of match the rest of what's going on over there, so you can tell that they belong together at least, you know. Let's go there. So the initial space. I don't want it to be that into the cliff. I don't want it to just barely graze it. Okay, something like that could work for me. Oh, you're not going to work because it doesn't want to overlap. Okay. That's fine. This is an arbitrary line anyway. It doesn't really matter. So. I should have left that there. Yeah, I think that's the middle. Looks good. Okay, so sorry, it's been a week since I played. Gotta remember how to play. We are doing a pretty decent sized oil setup here. So we got to do about 40 refineries worth for rubber and plastic. We're not doing any recycled situation here. We're just keeping it simple. No need to go crazy. It's not that much oil. So yeah, 18 and 21 technically. And then we need some room for all of this. I think this will probably be on a separate platform, I think. Not totally sure, but we'll see. Okay, so let's start with this. Let's put these down. I don't know if we want to go vertical. I don't think so. Not for refineries. I said that and then immediately decided. Which also kind of changes this. Potentially. Because depending on... Okay, let's think about this. So we do want to change this because there will not be a item input. So let's do that quickly. I don't think I have a setup for that. That's item in. Yeah, no, okay. So, I hear friends somewhere, but I'm just not going to worry about it right now. Let's load up our design, and we do not need our item input. Got exam in 5 hours, so you gotta leave early. Oh, I just saw your message, man. All good, bro. Hope you have a good luck with it, and have a good night. If I missed you already, sorry. Okay, I'm not gonna set recipes because we can use this for both. Save ourselves some headache. Say 2x refinery. Yeah, that's not helpful. I don't know what to call this. I guess I could just output stuff. 2x refinery. Wish the capital I was different. Eclipsed Ender, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel, man. Hello. Just saw you chatting there. What's up? What am I playing? We are playing Satisfactory. It's a factory building game. So the goal is to, if you see on the top right here, to complete phase 5. We're working on that right there. What's it on? It is on PC, and on November 4th, it's going to be on console as well. So if you play on console, you can get it. But it's on Steam, or I think Epic as well. I'd probably get it on Steam. Let's fill this in a little bit, just so I kind of have something to work with here. What's the aim of the game? So the aim of the game is to complete the project assembly up here. And as you can see, it says complete phase 5 in the top right. So that is the final phase. So basically the goal is just to produce those parts that you need. And for example, this first part is called nuclear pasta. So these are the requirements. I need 1,000 of these. You can see it takes, I only make a half per minute, so obviously that takes a lot of time to make all of these different parts. It takes a lot of other parts, you know, just to get yourself down the chain. And so you have to make a whole bunch of different things and kind of work your way up through the different levels to beat the game. So it's a building game. Yeah. It is a factory building game, specifically. But I've done a bunch of different stuff so far, and this is, I'm kind of just working on the end game now. It's a very good game. I've put a lot of time into it. I definitely recommend it. Super chill. Nothing forcing you to advance or do anything if you don't feel like it in the moment. You can just take your time and kind of do whatever you want. The circle is way too small. We gotta start over. So let's take care of this. Yeah, we're gonna need a much larger platform here to put down all these refineries. So if this is your first exposure to the game, it's kind of funny because I'm making like a nuclear power plant, which is one of the more advanced production lines in the game. So earn a new sub for your kindness. Heck yeah, man. Can you remind me of the name of the game? Yes, it's also in the title right there. So it's called Satisfactory. But it's right there in the title, Satisfactory 1.1, in case you want to see it spelled, or in the thumbnail. But yeah, man, thanks for subscribing, and you take care too. All right, so maybe instead what we do is we start putting these refineries down. And then we build a circle around it. I'm gonna have to clear that. They're gonna kill me. We want items going that way, so that is good. We are on grid, so we're fine to put this down. I think we're gonna go for that. Let's wipe this place out, shall we? So inaccurate. Okay, good. Not trying to get dive bombed while I'm trying to build this place. Okay, so let's do. We need 18. What would look the best? So we could do 3 rows of 6. Could do 2 rows of 9. And we don't want this to be like a huge rectangle, although I guess it could be just a rectangle. But a circular build would be cool. We haven't done one. Our base is so square. We haven't touched anything kind of like those towers in a while. It's been a while since we've done anything like that, so it'd be fun to switch it up for this build. So let's see, let's do... Okay, so that's 18. And then we need 21. So this, but 7. Which I guess isn't terrible. Could push that more over this way. What I'm thinking is 2 separate towers. Okay, so there's no oil here. Let's get more power over here so I stop falling. So if I was the middle, that would be like here somewhere. talking here. Okay, so I know there's a bit of dead space here, but that's okay. Okay, now that sticks out just a little bit. Well, yeah, no, let's go. Let's go. So let's do that. And then I'm gonna move this back, almost like tuck this one in here a little bit. Not too much though. So I don't want that to be in the way. But I do have to be able to get 7. Okay, so let's see. Can I go out this way? Sure can. And that's plenty of space. It's almost too much space. Maybe. Decisions. Let's at least align this to this one. Oh yeah, these don't work that way. Nice. Okay, so build these like this, and then delete that. So they only work one way. Might be a room to area that needs improvement kind of thing. So we'll do that, and then I'm going to clear out one of these. I guess I'll do that after. Just clear the whole row. And then I guess we'll just trim back part of it. So that should be... I think this is rubber. Let me double check. I didn't pay that close attention. I should have. Yeah. I guess I paid enough attention. So this is rubber. The other one is plastic. Okay. And then let's get a ring going. Okay, much like before. This row. Okay, and then this is the middle refinery. Should have 5 and 5. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna put that down. That way I don't accidentally mess it up. Okay. And then here, do I have to go? Row 1 to row 2? Row 2. I guess we picked a good distance then. Let's see. And we might, like, cut this edge to give it more of a, like a straight edge, you know? And maybe same on here. Might look cool. Give it a bit of a unique shape going. But I like that for now. Let's go with that. So, these are mine, which wasn't intentional, but works out pretty well. Okay, so plastic, rubber. Let's set recipes here. Now for oil, got a couple nodes right here. I think we have enough to get we got an old power pole from days past. Let's see. I mean, I know there's plenty of oil out there. I was just kind of hoping we could get some close by. So I can actually get out here. Is that it over there? I think so. Okay, so that's only 300. We need like basically 1200. May as well just round up. Okay, so that's at least 3. Okay, so that's 6. So we're halfway. You just drop down the radar tower. Easier. Sucks. Okay, so we do have to grab. Okay, we could take that one. I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so it looks like we got to get this oil node, which is basically out over here. So it's like over that way. Oops. Yeah, on that line. So let's see. We'll do a pipeline run for that, and then I guess these three technically can supply that guy. And we can downgrade it to equal out. I'm internally debating if I want to like overproduce or dial it in and make like the exact amounts. But I'm kind of leaning towards overproducing actually. Let's toy with that idea for a minute. So because like if we make like 18, it just rounds the numbers out a little bit more. You know, so if we do 21 here, go there, we sync the rest. But most of it, except for 16, is getting consumed, and then that's 630. Okay, so we do need a little, but we need 606 anyway, which is over. So we have to take from this guy. And then we do the same thing here. Now we just gotta put the pieces back together. So plastic was not a lot before we did the canisters, but so be it. That's how it works. Okay, that rounds out our sulfur to 1900. Oh, because that ticks up because we're making more heavy oil residue. Okay. I don't hate that, to be honest with you. It's kind of okay. It's just more power. How much power is this? Only 18. Okay, that's something. Again, this is for diamonds in Megabase. So we'll have to figure out a way to get those over there. Probably throw those onto the global network, rail network that we'll kind of have, I guess, at this point. Okay, so if we start that, it just kind of makes our lives a little easier on that one. Over here, we would be dealing in multiples of 3 again, so let's go here, let's go here. Awesome, sync it. We're gonna say 32. I think I like the idea of this. I think it just makes sure stuff can kind of run a little smoother. Got a little extra in the system to compensate in case something goes wrong. Nope. And like it's not a lot extra either, and it just makes the math a little nicer. Does it even pay to do that? Not really. We could just make this. That's not bad at all. Okay, I like that. And then we say the same. Stuff like this. May as well, right? I mean, not that aluminum usually is having... Although, no, aluminum actually does normally have some kind of issues, so... We're just kind of rounding things out, right? So, Cole is still upset because of that. So let's do the same thing. Basically, all the ingots and stuff, anything where we can do this, I think we will. Okay, so we'll have to up iron, that's fine. So we'll make... well, I already forget what it was before. Thought it was like 15, 13. Yeah, 13 point something. So let's go for 15. Let's make you 20. There you go. That's 600. So now we're not even overflowing anything anymore. Overflowing steel instead. And I guess limestone gets the same treatment, or just everything gets it, all of it. Because the thing with nuclear is I really don't want any issues. And I think this is one way to limit those issues from happening. And look at our numbers are getting a lot easier. No decimals. That's not bad. It's a lot easier for my brain to work with. Hey, what's up, Joe? He's going nuclear. Welcome, welcome, sir. Are you just stopping in, or are you out of work? Good timing. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that a lot better. It rounds us out quite nicely. Let's do it here too. Where am I looking for you? Here. Okay, so it was 200, but no, let's do this because we are gonna build 6 anyway, so that's fine. And then You would need to be 28. Go there, we go there, and access. Okay. I think that's all right. So obviously it takes our numbers up slightly across the board, but not anything out of our ability. I mean, we can handle pretty much anything at this point, and these are just way easier to work with. Like, I could actually remember some of these numbers now. Like 1,200, 2,000 gold. That's so easy. 2,000. Cake. I don't know why I just started doing this now. I kind of wish I did this from the get-go. Why do we need 2,000 gold, though? Where's 2,000? I know we need 600. Need 600. That should only be 1,200. So there's an extra 800 coal. Oh, you. Yeah. Don't forget that. Okay. Something somewhere needs iron ingots and isn't getting them. I missed something. Okay, so we'll scale that up. So another 180 is 6. So but 26 doesn't work, so 28. Groups of 3. To work with our blueprints, really. You also don't work with... We don't have to do groups of 3, it's just easier. So that's good. So ores, okay. I think that is everything rounded out, a little easier to work with. So this is what we came in here to do, and then I got really distracted. But so 630 and 540, so basically 1,200. We'll probably... We'll have to split a little off of this input to get it settled, but we'll get there. All right, let's get to it. So we're going to start with the further one out because that one should be relatively simple. Keyword should be. I think if okay, it is literally in a straight line from here. So that's not bad. See that, and then blueprint wise, we've got our pipeline highway. Okay. Could edit it to make it a Mark II. Part of me is like split it up because we haven't had good luck running Mark II pipes. So part of me is just like split it into the two. Let's see how that goes. We're just gonna try that today. Let's try it. And then let's get this at a good level. Okay, so that is the seams. That's good. It's at an okay height, so we don't have to put more foundations down. Like it. And then we can run that in, and once it's inside, it'll look fine. So these are Mark IIs. try Mark 1s. I'm going to edit the blueprint. Make a fresh one. This is more just an experiment. I've heard people say they've done this and had better results. So I'm kind of just curious to see if that's gonna happen. Let me... I know I left the 3, but we'll just delete it. It's one line. It shouldn't be that bad. Okay. And away we go. I also have to put power on here so I don't fall into the water. Okay, let's do that. Before I forget. We will do this part normally, even though we'll run it off a temporary situation. Let's go on this side. And that should... Yes. Do I have... Let's just do this. This should be easier. We got a friend. Hello, friend. Bye, friend. Okay. How we looking here? Swerve right over where? Not up there, right? No. Oh, right there. Okay. Hoping we don't hit this rock. Unfortunate. Oh, I think we're just gonna scooch past. Come on, there you go. Oh, yep. looks like I didn't plan it. Power. Let's get power. Ooh, skip one. Here. Hopefully no one hears my stomach growling. Oh wait, there it was. Yep. I got that far away. Okay, so probably like 2 more of these. Okay, heads up, Bean. Clear some space. So we'll actually build this out. How it's gonna be. There. And then I think go on. It's a little high. It's not too bad there. Gonna build out our platform. Hit the world, you know how it goes. So if we're gonna split this up, I'm gonna do it early. Also, I already forget which line I got rid of. I think it's this one. I think I'm wrong. I think it's this one. I'm just gonna go to the end. I'm gonna delete. Just do that right now. Yeah. This one. I don't really have plans on scaling this up further. We're gonna make like 160,000 megawatts of power before boosting. So I'm not planning on scaling this up. I think this is gonna get us through the end game. Made it better. So. So let's do this. And I think this is how we're gonna do it. Let's go splitter there. Let's give ourselves some pipeline, and we put the pump here. And then, like, I want valves, I think. It might not matter. That might be overkill. But I think when might be totally useless, but in theory, it should help stop oil from flowing back where I don't want it. Is that in the wrong spot? Okay, and then on the end, here, across, take it down. So you gotta do full 600. I mean, it usually works fine until you start hooking stuff up to it, and then that's when the problems show up, so. But, we'll take it. So that is oil 1. I guess. Our subfloor will be down here instead. Why not? Doesn't it make sense to have 2 short subfloors? We'll just do 1. And this could even be a rectangular base. Visible foundation. here, and will probably help us tie everything together a little bit too. Was I off? Yeah, quite a bit. Actually, not that bad. Thought it was worse. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah, that looks cool from underneath. I like that. So got 3 rows. 30 a piece. There's 7 in that row, so that's 210. That's not that much. So what I think I want to do is we're going to have a line going in there. Oh, hey, what's up, Dragnok? Is that 160K total? Are you talking, since I just saw your message, are you asking power related, like megawatts? 160,000 megawatts? Apologize, I just saw your message, man. Yeah. Yes, so we are looking at a total. Here, I could show you in the modeler. Let's take a look. So for power here, yeah, we're at 168,133 megawatts. Solely from our reactors, we're getting 150. And then the turbo fuel has given us a little bit of a boost as well. So that's where we get 168, and then we will boost that for sure. Probably a couple times. So yeah, that's where we're at. So over here, what I think makes the most sense is we're gonna have a split. That's here in the middle, and we want it to be in line with our fluid input right here. Let's go in this row, and then I'm going to rotate you. Now, do the same thing over here. I think we're going to rotate that. Because basically what we need to do is send 210 oil up here, over and in. I should really raise this up. I should raise this up. Yeah. Okay. That'll be a lot of nuclear. Yeah. Just got my Fixonium. Ooh. Online, but it's just a little nuclear plant, nothing like you have designed. Heck yeah, dude. Congrats. Congrats on getting nuclear going. This is my first go of it in survival. I have built one in like creative before, but not this big. That's in line, that's in line. This should be on grid. Like, height-wise. Looks good. Okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll pump the oil up and then wrap it, like bring it over and then drop it down so it's feeding in from the top. Just because I like that better. I think it's a more consistent result. I think we'll do it inside the tower though. We have the space. I think it would just look cleaner. I don't think that pump can manage this. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it can't. But we can always add one in the line somewhere. Just got pitch black out, jeez. It's gonna be fun to deal with here. Okay, I mean, it's getting up here. It's not the one I wanted you to connect to. So if we can get to here. That works. Okay. Does not look like oil is getting up here. Let's just throw some. Oh, what is... Oh, because that's the wrong side. Yep. Good start, good start, good start. At least it was only half. Okay, so... Again there. Not there. Fair enough. So if we put one in like here. let's try and keep it below the floor. If you go there, I'll just rebuild that little piece there. Let's actually wait to do that until after. Okay, this will temporary. It's just a temporary. I don't know how I want to run power here yet. Just give me that for now. So that's oil over here. Might be a little far. Okay, I think I know. What I want to do. So we got to get another 30 oil per minute over here. The other oil node or nodes are right there. There's a chain of 3 of them, and then the remainder of the oil has to go into here. So I think that could work. So what I'm wondering is we can run a line out here and connect into those 3. We can steal a little bit, bring it up, over, and down. Part of the benefit of doing it the way we've done it also, my goal is to avoid dealing with 600 cubic meters per minute for fluids, but that doesn't mean we can't do 330 in a Mark II. So then we could have 30 enter like this. It's a little confusing, but it'll work. She's got the spirit. So I should probably put it in. Did I do a floor hole there? I don't think I did. I just clipped it through the floor, right? Yeah, so I'll put ones in afterwards. How are we looking time-wise? Okay, we got to take a break real quick. When we come back, we will keep plugging away, but let me do that. I don't want to, I've been forgetting. I've been very bad about taking my breaks, so I should take them. They're short. Just a good opportunity to take a stretch, use the bathroom, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so this one goes into here, and then that's perfect. That's our next part. We are in the rocks here. Kind of sucks, but we've been there before. And I think we can run right here, yeah, and be fine. That's good. We could even go in the middle and be fine. That's not an issue. Totally. Okay. And we are going to have same deal, 2 pipelines. Mark 1s again, coming in here, and we're just going to split that little bit off, like 30 or whatever it is per minute. And then I think these places will end up looking kind of cool once they're all fleshed out. It should look pretty interesting. I'm torn about putting that one there. This is why I'm so bad about taking breaks, because I just keep building stuff and getting distracted. Part of me thinks that would look better. How do you not reach? You just... Oh. Okay, I think I like that better. This one will drop. It might go over and drop. Probably do that. We'll probably go over, drop, go in, split, go to the middle. This one will go over, drop, split, meet in the middle. Everybody should be pretty happy. Okay. Let's go sit on a cliff. I know it's not the most interesting view, but it'll do. Okay, so we will be back in, where's the bell? 10 minutes. Take a stretch, take a break, all that good stuff. We're going to run some ads, so feel free to walk away from the screen for a few. And when we come back, we'll keep plugging away. BRB. Sorry about that. We're back. Took a little longer than I thought. Oh, I just realized my music thing is not working. Gotta love it. There you go. Sorry about that. Okay, so where were we? We were doing plastic and rubber. Let's keep doing that, shall we? So the piece over here that we need is a similar pipeline bridge coming over here and then working its way in here. Do we make this, because it's so close, just make it an extension? I think we bridge off. So that's good there. What we need is 2 lines again. And then I think we'll have it run. It's not great. We might do some infinite nudging. Let's see. Let's go here. We'll take the turn off here. Give us some space on that side to make our connections. Again, put it in the right mode. Yeah, that's not gonna work, is it? Oh. I mean, it could. We could just go through it. It's only gonna be one pipeline anyway. So you will go that way. I just don't want it to auto connect more than it needs to. Okay, is the end visible? It's kind of. Let's see. We might be able to make it work. We might. So that's gonna get we'll do some building to hide that. Same thing over there. So. Cool. Oh, I'm reaching that, right? Just making sure. I don't think so. Now the turn here. Do kind of a similar thing as the others. I hear something around me. Sure. I think I still need an upgrade. The last one, maybe I got it. I don't know. You might not really need Mercer spheres anymore, but I guess they're always helpful. Hurt to grab them. I thought I saw a power slip over there. I guess I was. Oh yeah, isn't there like a cave in here or something? I always forget how to get in there. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. So you've got 300. We'll just make it 300. It's fine. One day I'll paint this first, and then it'll be a little easier. But I guess with the blueprint, it doesn't really matter. So it wouldn't work anyway. Use this. Power would be a good thing. Let's do that. Again, we're just going to give ourselves a temporary shouldn't need a pump, but I think I'm gonna go with it. Shouldn't need it, but it'll just help us. And we're just gonna hide this away. Simple little closure, nothing fancy. It's not the prettiest thing in the world by any means, but it's the job done. Alright, nothing crazy. Doesn't have to be. You, let's just tie in. That, and then don't want to pump. I don't think I do. I think we're gonna wait to add a pump until here. Yeah. Okay. So let's see how. Easily. We'll just go kind of directly in from underneath. That makes sense. That doesn't. Let's see. Doesn't clip, doesn't clip. Drag in. I'm gonna do a valve over here. And then we're actually gonna put the pump in here. That, and then another outlet. Okay, so what that should give us is our 300. And we don't need 300. We actually only need 270, I think. I'm just gonna double check. Not gonna drag you with me. Yeah, 1170. So we've got 600 over there. We've got 3. And then another 150, so that's another. Sorry, thank you. So we just need 120. So we'll save 30 oil. For now, we just don't need it. And then we're gonna take 30 oil again and siphon it into there, or send it into there, I guess. And then. This thing. Let's see. Let's go with that. Now, I don't know if I want to put a valve on there or if I want to. I think I have to. Instead of just letting it go. I think I do need at least, well, we're gonna have a pump here. I don't know what it's. Oh, I guess there's oil in here, huh? Yeah. So I think we'll do. It's gonna kind of clip, isn't it? Well, that's not bad. That's fine. That's fine. It's okay. I don't know if I want to throw a valve on here at 30 or not. Also, Dragnox, sorry, I totally missed your earlier message. My chat thing is messed up, so I am planning on just sinking the plutonium for now, if you're still here. If you're not, I understand. So I guess that's that for now. Let's get this hooked up and see how that all starts to go. Now, we're gonna pull this back a little bit. So our first input is down here. Set that all to be that. We'll come back through and paint after. Okay, wait, and I do need to split you though, actually. Could do that from here, but I don't know if I really want to do it that way. I also don't want to have a splitter junction. Splitters. Can do that, and then have that wrap around to the other side. Okay, so we're going through the floor hole and into the junction. Okay. Now that's technically out, but let's do that for now. Okay, and then we need that same thing over here. Lighting. You gotta be there. I hope this works. I think this works. Hope it works. And then let's go here. Alright, let's, well, no, yeah, get rid of that. So that right there. I don't know why I could do that, but okay. I guess you can build your glass sometimes. There we go. Floor hole. Okay, so we've got oil going through here. Let's do some valves just to force it to go where we want. Restricting the flow of that. Do this really fast, easy with the glass, don't worry about painting it. These are making rubber, so we'll paint them black to match. That's not the right part though. Do that after. Just stuff. Okay. So could probably start these up. They're just gonna stall though. But it'd be good to just see how they run. Give them a chance to get going. So what do we want to do? We don't have any way to sync stuff. Could easily handle right now. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm not gonna worry about turning stuff on right now. I don't think there's really any benefit. We know these blueprints work, knock on wood, since we've used them so many times. Feel comfortable with them at this point. So I'm gonna just keep making some progress here, and then we'll stuff up towards the end. So that's 2 rows, good. That's 3 rows, all good. Okay, everything's labeled underneath, looks good. We've got our outputs right here for our rubber. Our oil in. Okay, so that is basically our rubber setup. Looks pretty clean in terms of getting stuff out. think we'll go out here, over, meet up with the plastic, and then we'll go up. So let's kind of flush out this foundation really quick. Make sure that's at the right height, place. Looks good. I think I'm gonna do a very similar ring. Oh, the same thing basically. This one should be easier though, because we should just be able to just make sure we're in the right spot. We are in the right spot, we just gotta make you the right size. There we go. Good. Let's go for it. And this one should be a lot easier because we're entering from the side that we want to be on, which is nice. So let's see. Probably the best we're gonna get. Let's put our pumps in. Do a similar deal as the other ones. Try and keep them below the floor. Let's kind of start some more sort of power. probably how we're going to get power into all of these as well. Okay, so we got oil up top. Yeah, we gotta bring it back down. Let's get rid of this. So we kind of said we don't want to use that anymore. I think we got enough to work with here. Okay, so let's start from over here again and just do can just do the same thing that we just did. We don't have to, but we can. I think I will. Just because it kind of worked pretty well. That can be there. Okay, so that's that side. Other side can do the exact same thing. Input is... I just hooked up to the output. Sure did. Sure did. Okay. At least I noticed. At least I noticed. Here the input we were looking for. That's good. That's good. Let's do this part. That should be oil all hooked up. Let's do quick color. Probably better just do one at a time instead of switching. I guess I should make the heavy oil residue mark ones as well. Here. Alright, cool. It's blue because they're making plastic. And done. Alright, nice. So we got rubber, we've got plastic. It's hooked up. Heavy oil residue needs a place to go, but we have to figure out where we're going to hook that up, so we don't really know yet about that. Take power from here. Make this a better connection. So these are all good. I'm just gonna get rid of all this stuff that we don't need anymore. Cool. Okay, now let's get power in here. See if they all turn on. Okay, let's think. So power in is over here. Realistically, there's going to be some kind of ring going around. Don't need you there anymore. Let's see. I think that's going to move, most likely. I guess we can just go like this. Just gonna give it a second as we're going here. Yeah, these ones on the end are definitely, these are going to struggle the most, no doubt. But we do have power, and they are all getting oil, which is what we want to see. Now, I think for now, I'm going to leave that alone. It's nice to see that it's at 300. That's pretty good. You're going to be all over the place because it's not turned on, of course. Yep. Makes perfect sense. Did say something about possibly cutting these off to like a straight edge. We still might do something like that. I don't know yet. Now, let's see. I want to go. To go to this middle one, I guess. This is the daisy chain mod. Yeah, what works. Let's get rid of you. So the fluids, there's nothing we can do. We can just go around and flush these. Just keep stuff going for a little bit longer and hopefully make a little more rubber and stuff like that. Yeah, we really want these to fill up as much as possible. So yeah, it's rubber and plastic, rocking pretty good. Happy with that. What we have to do after this is start making diluted fuel. So that's going to require some more platforms. figure out if I can get rid of that radar tower. I'm gonna do that real quick. So we can kind of figure out where these platforms are gonna go and what they're gonna look like. Let me grab that guy too. Fair enough. Okay. Go for a little bit longer. Okay. How come you're not working? That's not connected, is it? Confused what's going on. Oh. I put the junction down, but I never redid the line, so it was still just, yeah. Okay. Cool. So that'll help our oil situation. Yeah, let's see. So for blenders, we need to do 12. Let's take a look. We're currently plugging away over here, so we just did 18 and 21. Yeah, we gotta do 12 blenders. We have to do 54 turbo fuel refineries. That's a lot. I don't know how I didn't see that number before. Making 1,000 turbo fuel. That ain't nothing. It's pretty good. So, excuse me, I'm tired. So, yeah. We also need a healthy amount of water here. That's, was that like 10 extractors, right? Yeah. I wasn't sure if they did 120 or 150. 120. Okay, so we want to be near the water. Want to be able to build extractors underneath, which we can do. I think we're gonna do this in a way where we can get 4 Mark 1 pipelines. And then we can just do 54 divided by 4, whatever that ends up being. Like, $13 or something like that, I think. $13.5. So, alright. We want to keep going towards the nuclear plant. That's the direction we're pointed for our byproduct, for plastic and rubber. We could do blenders like right in here, honestly, probably. It doesn't all have to be round. I think if everything was round, that would make the round stuff less special, right? Yeah. So I have a little area over here. I was not paying attention. In terms of heavy oil residue, we are talking only 600 is coming here. Okay, so it's quite a lot of... is this plastic for nuclear plant? Yes. All of this that we're doing right now is dedicated production for the nuclear plant. Everything else that I have is either over here in our kind of starter area or over here in the mega base. This place looks so crazy. So yeah, most of our production is here. Like this is our oil and plastic and rubber over at the main setup. But let's see. So on the map, I think it makes sense. We'll do blenders here because it's only 12, like we said, and then it's easy to get some sulfur in. So we'll have sulfur come in that can join the plastic and rubber. The problem is coal. We do have to get 800 coal in here. Which we can do, it's not a problem. But coal is coming in by train. So we may have to belt that in the opposite direction, potentially, to kind of get that into where we need it to be, over here. And then otherwise, we have everything we need. And the turbo fuel does have to, once it's packaged, you have to package it too. That's something. But I think what we'll do is blenders, big refineries, and then we can have like either a generator tower and feed from the top down, or just do a big sea of generators, you know, spread them out. Something like that will work. So let's see. If I make this like its own little area, hiccups are coming for me. Hey, hiccups. Let's say it's here. That's a kind of our corner. I have a dead dude. Yeah. Nice. So it's a 12. I want to make 4 of these. I think what we're gonna do. So I can do 2 of these and then 3, and instead of grouping up the lines, we will actually rework that. Let's see. Yeah, let me blueprint that. I may as well. So instead, we can just do this. Right on the edge. Do this. Ah, it works so much better. Wow. Just do. Let's try that. Do this for auto connect. And yeah, hopefully that works. It's like 100 water though, right? Yeah. So let's try that out. Let's see how that works. Seems good. Oh, we're clipping like right through that. Yeah. Okay, try again. So we just move over here. Fine. That should... Let's try that. Okay, that looks good. Okay, and then we gotta do that again. Water is easy, we can just get that from down below. Okay, they're a lot lower than this, but that's kind of cool because now, unintentionally, a good thing, the heavy oil residue will just flow down. It'll have the gravity to gravity assist, whatever you want to call it, handle that. So total marks, we're talking 10, so 18. It's nothing. I think you make 20, right? Yeah. 20 times 21 is 420. Yeah, plus 180. Okay. So let's think about that. We've got 4 inputs, so it's 150 per. We can gather everything up into one line briefly beforehand. Because they're so uneven, I wouldn't want to feed from 2 ends. I'm trying to decide. Do I want to have maybe just an input here? Go like that. I think that's actually centered on that. That is nice. And not on that, but what can you do? It's okay. So basically, this short run would be at 6. We could put pump in there. Ooh, that's not a lot of So we're off the middle there. That's fine. So yeah, basically what I think we'll have is the 480 line over here. I mean, I could always just bump that. Like that. And then we'll have the 180 line over here. I'll just say it'll be over here somewhere. Maybe a little bit less, doesn't have to go out that far. So let's see, we need to be here. I think we're gonna keep this like super simple. That'll do it. Just do that a couple times. Circle might change. That part's fine. So that'll be in the wall. Okay, your stuff flowing. Perfect. And then I think what we want, again, surprise, we're gonna get some valves. Again, we don't want this to come down and try and go that way. We want it to go that way. Same thing over here. Wait, what am I talking about? Pump. We don't need a pump. We just established that we don't need a pump. Good. So that's all going there, and then it should to make its way there. We're not going to do a turn because again I need a valve. We can do it before it goes in. Okay, so let's go there. Let's go that again, that should hopefully force stuff in. And then now is the time where we can start considering syncing stuff, because yeah, we're going to be stalling out, which is okay. But let's finish doing this and then do that. Now, unlike this one, which is going in the right direction, I think we might go down this way and then kind of like double back and in. That's probably our simplest option here. These are way closer than... Wait a minute. I guess if I pulled that in, it wouldn't be as much of an issue over here. Or would it still kind of be an issue? No, it'd still be an issue. But I did bring it out further. This does need to be marked to action. But let's do it. Just kind of loop around and just like before, let's get some valves. Have you found the valves to be useful in controlling the flow of fluids? Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I typically don't restrict flow too often. Like, I don't set this number, but I have found that they are helpful in forcing stuff to go where you want it to go. I've definitely found that they are helpful. Pumps also act like valves, though. So a lot of times if you need a pump, you can just kind of strategically place it and get the same result. Valves definitely have their downsides. They can be finicky. But... Oh yeah, did everybody see they fixed fluids? By adding the probably jankiest way to transport fluids. Oh no, we're too low. Silly. It's so stupid. We're only high enough at this level. For that level. It's fine. It's only 10 extractors. Let's just remember that for the future. That way we're not really hurting. If we raise these up, while it would suck, because we would have to redo some of this, it would mean what? It would mean we could put extractors underneath. It would also then mean that for the turbo fuel refineries, they could then be lower, and then they could get the benefit of not needing pumps. There's a lot more lines of those. There's only one real line here. So we could simply throw... do that. I'd want to do from the top down. I should really do that with the fluids too, the water too. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. Alright, I think we're gonna put the colors. Okay, so we're getting to the end of the stream here tonight. Let's kind of tear this up. We'll get an idea of what we're gonna start with next time. That way I don't come back and see this and be like, yeah, that looks good. Let's keep going. So all this is technically fine. It's a little overkill, but it's fine. It doesn't cause any problems. This is too low. Which means this is too low. Should have built that out of blueprints. That would have been better. No reference from the grid anymore, so I need you. Good thing I didn't totally delete that out. So we know this doesn't need to be huge. Let me just double check we can actually fit it. Not trying to delete that platform again because I built it one foundation too low or something like that. So we've got that. We've got now the height, because then if we put the blenders on here, like so. Let's go like that. Gives us a lot of room to work. So we have that like that. And I don't know if I want to do 4-meter floor. Like I don't know what the ceiling's gonna look like on these on the inside. Perimeter wise, it could be this, it could be different though. But this needs an upper level. I think these will be just like a solid line. Like we'll have a row down here. They'll, send it up. And then we'll literally just do like a little loop. So we'll go up, we'll come down, and we'll go in. And we'll do that 4 times for each of those. And then these guys, maybe we just do something similar, honestly. Bring it in, split it off, and then just have it come up and over. Yeah, that would actually work. Because let's have you right there. And you're going to be going down. And you would be going in there like that. Of course, I have to add pumps now. But it'll work out because we're going from this level back to this level. So even though technically these do give 10 meters of head lift, it's not like really enough. You kind of need the pump to, but we're gonna need it to get up and over anyway. So about that, let's see. So that's 9. If I say at least 5. And these might not work that great for this. Not too bad, actually. I know it seems crazy, and it is kind of crazy, but it will just help ensure we're getting good flow and that everything's getting what it's supposed to. And then what we'll have to do is take, or we don't have to. I was going to say we could raise this up, but we don't have to do that. Can just route it over and in. That's probably what we'll do. Save ourselves a little bit on the rebuilding. And then this guy, could enter in on this side, potentially. And then the extra goes down and meets in the middle. Or we just group up, which I think is what we're going to do. So we go like down here, group up over here somewhere, and then we go up and then run down. Kind of like a manifold sort of situation. But all that's going to be for next time. I am pretty tired. And Shotsky. Makes sense. I did see they added a new truck for all the vehicle enthusiasts. Yeah. It looks cool. I mean, it seems cool, right? It seems like a neat little addition. Right, it was more of a tease for nuclear. We didn't really get nuclear going. But it is for nuclear, so this is technically the start. But there we go. We got a good start going today. I appreciate everybody coming out after I took a week off and hanging out with me for a little bit while I did some building. You too, Drag. You have a good night, man, and hopefully see you on the next stream. We'll come back at this on Wednesday, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll keep plugging away at the turbo fuel plant until we can get to nuclear. So probably do some title changes and stuff like that, and then you're good to go. So yeah, have a good night. Thank you guys for coming by, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.